So it's all to play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Hello, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to For the Love of Paul McGrath podcast. I hope you all have settled down after momentous and tumultuous and madness of the weekend that just went on. And as you guys know, I popped on and I spoke a small bit about the goings on at the weekend, but there's no way that I could let that weekend go without having Paddy on to give his thoughts on what everybody, I'm sure, here wants to know about. And Paddy, what do you think of Mo Salah's outburst after that game against Leeds?
Disgraceful outburst. Disgraceful.
No, of course we're here obviously to talk about Arsenal and Aston Villa. And to be honest, like, it's mad. For the first 2 hours in work, I barely got a thing done. Everybody, when they saw I was online, everybody was messaging me going, "Jeez, Villa were brilliant at the weekend. Great win for Villa." I was literally about an hour replying back to people on our intro work messaging service. So Villa made headlines anyway, definitely over the weekend, and rightfully so.
Yeah, made all for the right reasons. Although we were the talk of the town on Monday Night Football tonight, it was all about how bad Arsenal were. I suppose I just saw it and laughed that they were mentioning us even in a positive light, but didn't stick around to watch it because just can't bear Jamie Carragher. So I just decided I'll remember it for what I was, not for what I saw, not for what Jamie Carragher saw, because what I saw was absolute magic. Absolute magic. It's one of those weekends.
I was surprised you said I remember it for what I saw, because you sent on a few photos of yourself in Connaughton later on about 2 hours after the game, and I was surprised if you'd remember anything. I thought you would have killed enough brain cells the way the two of you lads celebrated.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I did watch the match back again just in case. So it was exactly the same. And no, I didn't watch it back just in case because it was so early in the day. We were fine. But I wanted to watch it back because there were certain things I wanted to look at, because certain people were saying different things to me about the game, and I wanted to have a look at how good we actually were. And there's some people there that need a major pat on the back. You know, players like Tielemans, players like Pau Torres, Ian Matson. Look, geez, I could go through the 11. You know, even Ollie Watkins of old, holding the ball up, working his nuts off. Not that he doesn't work his nuts off every week, he does. But he looked like a guy playing with confidence and holding the ball up. Yeah, he didn't get a goal, but by God, did he play his part. And the team, come to think of it, was just perfect for the occasion that was in it. The subs were perfect. Every decision that was made worked out well, and it makes this week much more pleasurable knowing that we've taken 3 points off Arsenal, and we've gone from 300 to 1 on the morning of the Leeds match to 33 to 1 today.
Yeah,
that's not bad going, is it?
No, absolutely.
The bookies are starting to believe. The rest are starting to get a little bit worried and tetchy. So let's just enjoy it for what it is, which was really a moment of magic and a full day of magic afterwards, because I think everybody enjoyed it.
I had planned to go for a few pints afterwards, but to be honest with you, I didn't. And we went to see Santa Claus with the kids, and I went, you know what? Been a brilliant day. Been an absolutely brilliant day. I did watch Munster get absolute trouncing from Bath. And that didn't even knock any bit of the shine off the day. I was like, you know what? It's been a brilliant day. Don't need a few points now. Just settle down. Nice early night. Up and attack the day tomorrow. Safe in the knowledge that we're very good again. We're a very good football team again. All of a sudden, and it's you know, as I say, it's good. Those wins, like Villa rarely score in the 95th minute to win any game. Like, I genuinely can't remember. Like, I remember that goal. What was it, Podgoretsa or whatever they were called? The crowd from Medjugorje. They weren't Podgoretsa. They were
Mostar.
Zerinski. Yeah, Mostar. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
John McGinn got a goal late on then. I remember Nicolas Zaniolo getting a goal, and was that to win it or draw it? I can't remember. And then that was to win it, and then Nicolas Zaniolo, I remember getting a late goal to draw a game. That could have been against Sheffield United, but like we don't get goals to win in big, huge games in the 94th minute and third second. You know,
I don't remember too many of them. I have to say, in all my time being a Villa fan, I just have a fear of people doing it to us. I remember a few of them. All right, I remember the Wolves one a few years ago, which eventually led to the downfall of Dean Smith. I remember the hat trick from that little shit that played for Manchester United, Makeda, is his name?
Makeda.
Yeah, ones like that, the ones that hurt and really bit me over the years. That's what made Saturday that just a little bit more sweeter. And the fact that they are the sourest bunch ever. Like, that Arsenal fan TV must really rub off on their fan base. Like, someone sent me a thing today, 166 million that back four they had out on Saturday cost.
Their third choice
and yet
back
they're complaining.
Four?
Pardon?
Their third choice back four even cost out. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And yet they're complaining that they were missing two players. And I went, well, we were missing Mings and Barkley, but we weren't complaining before the match. And we're not complaining after the match. Injuries happen. We were beaten by the better team, long and the short of it. We were the better team. We got the chance in the end. We won it. Tough shit. Can't even be nice about it. Can't even just say, well done. No.
It is. And look, I watched a ton of Arsenal podcasts, not just Arsenal Fan TV. I must say Robbie was pretty measured on Arsenal Fan TV, I must say, but like some of the other guys weren't. But I watched a couple of other podcasts, less salacious, let's just say, podcasts, or less inflammatory podcasts, and some of them were like a lot of them were like Villa in the first half were like streets ahead of Arsenal, and they kind of admitted towards the end of the podcast and a couple more, they went, we've seen this movie before. Villa beat us. We go on. We lose form. We start to slip down from first place in the league, and then somebody catches us. And I think it's the PTSD. And look, it's neither here nor there. And we don't need to worry about it ourselves. But like we are there, Man United. We are there, Man United currently at the moment. They just when they get the result against us to really put their foot in the gas, they haven't been able to come up with it under Unai Emery. And that's the hang up. They're hung up on Unai Emery more than we are, more than Unai Emery is hung up on them. They're really hung up on him. And it's like they kind of need to just win something so they could chill out a small bit. Like, that's kind of where it is.
No. They don't need to win. They don't need to win anything, and they don't deserve to win anything.
I'm not saying I want them to. I want Villa to win absolutely everything. But what I'm saying is that for their fan base to chill out, they themselves have to win something, and then they're just it's PTSD all over the place. The last 3 years in a row, they should have won the league.
Yeah, but the bottom line is Emery cost them the league last year, and they forced Emery out. They forced Emery out. They couldn't rest until he was gone. Tough shit, lads. It's all your own fault. All the rhetoric was get rid of Emery and things will get better. Did it? Arguably not. A lot of second place. They won an FA Cup, obviously. But I don't know. The answer can't always be sack the manager, and that's always the answer with them. And for some reason, this guy has failed when there was leagues there to be won, and they're not calling for his head. Maybe they just enjoy the fact that he's as sour as the rest of them.
And I think that's probably it. Like, I think the fact that they are at that stage of like, we can't keep sacking the manager. No, when you said we can't keep sacking the manager, they sacked one. They sacked Emery. Wenger went. He was there 14, 15 years. Then they sacked Emery. Then they've given Arteta however many years he's been there, and they will continue. Like, even if he doesn't win the league this year, I don't think he gets sacked. I think he probably leaves by his own volition. That's fine. That's their issue to worry about. But as I say, I still have them as huge favourites for the league. I think everybody should have them as huge favourites for the league. You sent in a screenshot today. I think they're almost evens to win the league currently still, I think. That screenshot that you sent on. I think it was 5-4 or something like that. So I think it is like they they have other fish to fry. They've got Wolves at the weekend. They'll beat Wolves. Easy.
Of course.
You know, that's another 3 points for them. We've like, it's mad the way you're talking about Villa have West Ham at the weekend and we win that. Can't remember who City have. I've just completely forgotten about it. Or forgotten who it was. I was only watching and looking at the fixtures a moment ago. But you know, it's another massive weekend, and we've literally been saying this for the last 10 weeks. It's another huge weekend. I've actually been saying it's a huge weekend since the Brentford loss, because I've been saying this is a big game. We need to get back on the horse. And then when we got back on the horse, it was like, now we need to stay on the horse. And now the horse is cantering away at a rate of knots. And we're like, yeah, we need to keep the horse cantering away at a rate of knots. Like, so it's been a brilliant run since the start of September. And it continues on this week. But it's going to be like, it's huge, the fact that we've got Basel in the middle of this, all right. And I think, you know, we go to Basel. I think we try and keep that tight. I think we're going to see a much changed squad for that. And then back into the Premier League and attack the Premier League and attack West Ham, who had a good result last night as well at the weekend. And this is all the great stuff that we have to look forward to, I think, as well, which is super.
Of course. Sunday's a great day of football. Unfortunately, they're all on at the same time. But City play Palace, Forest play Spurs, Sunderland play Newcastle.
I knew City were playing somebody that was a direct threat to us. And I was thinking, yeah, it's a great time for them to be playing them. Because like obviously we're 4 points ahead of Palace. Let's say we beat West Ham, City and Palace draw 2-2. You know, we jump above City and Palace then Palace would then be 6 points behind us. So, you know, great opportunity for Aston Villa to put distance. But like, whether we're worried about putting distance between ourselves and Palace or ourselves and City or whatever like that, it's keeping distance to sixth place really for me. And I said this afterwards, it goes, it's great. Look, if we end up winning the league, that's fantastic. But until you know we've mathematically secured Champions League football, it's keeping distance to sixth place for me is what needs to be done. And at the moment we've got 5 point buffer zone, which is nice. And you know, we played the team in fifth and the team in sixth coming up after West Ham at the weekend. So beat West Ham, keep our buffer zone growing if you can. You've got Chelsea, you've got United, the two most immediate threats. Then we play both of those over this Christmas period. You know, come away from those two games unbeaten. Then we can start thinking about what's going to happen then afterwards. You know, that's my big my carving up of the month of December. Now that we have these 3 points that we didn't expect, I suppose, from Arsenal.
I wouldn't say I didn't expect it. You knew there was a possibility. Every game we turn up, especially at home, we've got to think that we're capable of beating anyone the way we've played at home for the last 2 years. And the same can be said when you go away to these big teams. When they're open, when the game is stretched, we seem to perform. So I'm looking forward to the test we have over Christmas. And I won't lose too much sleep should we fail, because having said that, once we win the next two, I'll be very, very happy. If we can get 6 points on the board at West Ham and Man United at home, I think we're in a really, really good position, because others around us will start to drop points as well. And then anything we take off Chelsea and Arsenal is a bonus for us over the Christmas period, I believe. But let's just enjoy what we've done this weekend. We've beaten the Premier League favourites. Some people had already anointed them as champions. We've been absolutely super since that. Well, not super, but we've been good at grinding out results since that Brentford game. Yes, there was a couple of blips in there. Obviously the Europa League game as well. But we're like we've got to go away this week, and then we've got to play on Sunday. Funnily enough, our match is on Sky Sports Tennis on Sunday.
I hope it's not a back and forth battle.
I hope it's not like a game of tennis. No, I hope it's all one sided. I hope it's a 6-love.
And you know what's even what's even better. Sorry, I just checked up the rest of the fixtures there. City play Palace. Chelsea play Everton, and Man United play Bournemouth. So, like,
no gimmies.
There's no gimmies in that situation there. Like Everton, the most under the radar. The most under the radar team going at the moment. Like, they're in sixth place. They're in seventh place or sixth place and
fifth.
Flying.
Well, they were fifth until today, as far as I remember.
Yeah. So they're in sixth place now. They've been
Sorry, they're
flying
seventh.
along
Man
the
United are gone ahead of them this evening. They're seventh. Yeah, we just got to do our own job now. And as I said, if we get 6 points in the next 2 games, it'll put us on the front foot going into the new year. Because if we get 6 points in the next 2 games, I think we'll still be in the top 4 no matter what happens in the last 2 games of 2025. And it'll be a great place to be because that's where we need to be. We can't be relying on going to win a Europa League, which is very, very difficult to win. We haven't won a cup in 30 years. So let's concentrate on what's at hand, and what's easily more achievable is finishing in the top 4 of this Premier League, given the chance we've given ourselves now, as opposed to going and beating some dangerous sides in Europe and having to deal with whatever UEFA referees are throwing at you in these situations. So keep doing what we're doing. Stay in the top 4 because the coefficient may not give you 5th place this year either. So we might need to stay in the top 4.
I think I like it would be a statistical outlier if it didn't, given where the teams are at the moment. I was looking at that guy, whatever it is on Twitter, I can't remember his name, and he was saying it would take an absolute complete another catastrophe for England not to get there and not to get the 5th place, given where they are at the moment. They just have so many teams. So many teams in Europe makes a big difference. Like even if you've 2 teams that lose unexpectedly, just by dint of the fact that you have so many teams in Europe that you're going to continually pick up points, and it's very hard for people to jump over. Getting back to the game on Saturday, Paddy. You know, how many times everybody, like I've seen how many times people have watched Buendia and Buendia's goal, and everybody's talking about I must have watched it 50 times, must have watched it 5,000 times or whatever. And I'd be in that bracket as well. And it's so funny, the more, because it's such a screwball scramble in the middle of the box, there's more you see, and there's more things that you look at and you go, Jesus, if that didn't happen, there's no way it would have opened up for Buendia. But the one thing that's constant within the whole lot of that is it falls to a man with incredible composure. Like literally, it was like Saving Private Ryan going on around him. The opening scene of Saving Private Ryan, and all of a sudden he just side foots it into the, in where he knew Raya couldn't get to it. Like if Raya saves that, it's save of the season. But it's just exactly where he could not get to it. And there was bodies falling around him. Odegaard was watching him. Everything was happening around him. And he'd been on the ground. He'd gotten up. He'd had his shot. It was blocked. And he gets up and then just side foots it in. Like if that falls to Nolly Watkins, he tries to put his foot through it. He doesn't place it. If that falls to Jadon Sancho, he's not confident. He does the same thing. I don't think Malin does it either. I think Malin tries to burst the net. It just fell to the right player at the right time who just went dinky bang. Perfect. I don't know why he went dinky bang. I don't know what that even means. But he just places it right into the side netting, and it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Dinky bang might be my new name for a nice deft finish.
Yeah, there was so much going on, and that's the thing. If he hits that from 25 yards, you watch it a few times. It's just looking at the absolute carnage that's going on around, and noticing how involved everyone is, and a special shout out to 2 people in particular in that move that goes unnoticed. Obviously, it was a great ball in. I think it was Cash who plays it in first, is it?
I think so.
Sancho heads it back across the goal into the danger area. Tielemans gets on it and gets a decent touch on it. Yeah. Could have very easily been his goal.
Fires himself at it.
Yeah. Then it breaks, and Buendia actually leaves the pass short for Kamara in the whole madness of it all, which allows the Arsenal to get out and block it. There's potentially a handball in there as well. It's just madness. The guy lying on the ground, and then obviously it breaks the Buendia. And like, if ever there was a match I wanted to be at in that moment, just teleported to Villa Park at that moment, was absolutely incredible. The noise, all the videos I've watched, absolutely incredible. I just wish we could bring that noise all the time. I know it's not possible. I know it's not easy, but look around and there's empty seats. Like, what are people thinking at that stage of the game?
Leaving early.
Biggest game of the year, and you've left your seat. Now, I understand people have health issues and they don't want to be crushed and whatever, fine. But that amount of empty seats, come on, lads. Seriously. Like, where could you be rushing to on a Saturday afternoon on an early kickoff? Surely you've made allowances for that. But anyway, that's just a by the by.
Christmas
Crowd were
market,
absolutely
Spaghetti
brilliant.
Junction. Who knows?
I really enjoyed Unai Emery's reaction. I really enjoyed the reaction of the Arsenal players. Just everything about it was absolutely brilliant. And I had the one man with egg left on his face at the end of all this, Martin Keown. My God, what does he offer to anything? I have no idea. They can justify rolling him out they can justify rolling him out because he played for both teams.
That's it. Yeah,
a little bit for Villa. He hates Villa, from what I can gather. He's absolutely useless at that job. I don't know how he does it. I really don't know how he does it.
I don't mind him, but I don't mind him as long as he's not talking about Aston Villa. But the thing that gets me is this: when Martin Keown played the game of football, he was rough. I mean, he was rough around the edges. He was taking no prisoners. He was a hard man when he played the game of football. And this whole turtleneck wearing, preacher style life coach, business coach, nothing against life coaches or business coaches, have at it. But this whole, while all around you are losing their cool, stay calm kind of mentality that he has. When he was an absolute shithouse when he played the game of football, as if people forget him jumping into Ruud van Nistelrooy's face when he's like, this is the thing, this redefinition of the intellectual football comment pundit man. I just don't buy it. And that's the thing that gets me with him. And I don't know, does that annoy anybody else? Because when he played the game of football, he would there was no questions asked. He was going through you for a shortcut, and he was you were getting nothing soft from Martin Keown ever. And it's just he's now a librarian, and I'm going, no, this isn't it. This isn't real.
He's a librarian.
No, he's not a librarian, but he dresses like a librarian now. No offense to librarians either, but he's that's the way he is. And I'm not buying this persona change, this rebranding of Martin Keown that happened. It subtly happened 10 years ago as well, by the way, when he got into punditry. But genuinely, I don't mind. I think himself and Simon Jordan had a great spar on Talk Sport this morning. Jordan hates him. Oh my God, Jordan was nasty to him.
Mm.
Very nasty. Unprofessionally was to him today, but it was great. It was great radio.
I used to listen to it every now and again, but seriously, the two of them just bounce off each other. It's like two kids in a playground, and I don't find it any way entertaining. That's just my opinion on it. I think all he's there for is to hop off Jordan when Jordan says something anyway stupid, and vice versa. So I just don't get it. But it's yeah, I reckon he could have been told who to pick for man of the match. I don't know how that works. I always thought they would pick it, but given the way Villa played, and you look at the absolute heroes that were on that pitch, even if it had stayed at 1-1, to give it to Martin Odegaard, I'd love to sit him. I'd love to sit him down and look at Odegaard jumping from side to side in the lead up to the goal. It's absolutely comical. I don't know what he was doing.
How anyone could objectively watch that game and not give it to Tielemans is my mind just
Tielemans, Rodgers.
Yeah, or Rodgers, yeah.
There's any amount of them, really. And look, how many times have you seen a fella come on and do what Emi Buendia done, and the commentator gives him man the match? And no one would have objected because it was just brilliant. Brilliant TV, brilliant occasion. Anybody, as you correctly said, when you went into work, all the messages you got, my phone just blew up by people who just like football or don't like football and just happened to be watching this game and went, holy shit, that's Paddy's team, I better send him a message. People just could not get over what was happening. It was fantastic. It was a brilliant watch.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And do you know what? We remember both of us were saying, well, you were saying it, and I actually agreed with you in the moment. You were like, oh, do you anything about this being a 12:30 kickoff before it was 5 o'clock under lights? I was delighted it was a 12:30 kickoff because I went around like the cat that got the cream for the rest of the day. I was going around like a cat, like a tomcat with two Mickeys for the whole day afterwards. I was the cock of the walk. There was nothing that could have gone wrong that could have ruined my day after that. So that was the benefit of having having the 12:30 kickoff for me anyway, because it took me easily about 2.5 hours to come down from the high of it. Like, and that's why sport is like a drug. I was sitting there having a conversation with my father-in-law that I will probably never have again, ever, over Aston Villa. And I was like, God, I remember sitting there at Woodstage and I was on my phone and I just put the phone down and I turned around and I goes to him, I don't know what I'd do if there was no such thing as sport. I genuinely don't know what I'd do. I was just like, that was an hour after the game as well. Like, it was just coursing through the body. So like, whatever, sometimes, we get high in the high, we get lows in the lows, low in the lows. And everybody watching this will probably have the same. It's the beauty of sport and the fact that we are and will continue to be an underdog story is something that always draws me to Aston Villa. And I think will always draw me to Aston Villa. And even if we, when we win stuff, we've done the hard yards. And I think while you win nothing for that last minute goal, it's kind of vindication of maybe we're a bit closer than we think. And that's the beauty again. And so the hope will kill you, but the hope keeps you coming back the whole time. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of sport. Absolutely.
It keeps you going. And I genuinely feel sorry for people who don't like sport. I just, when you have a moment like that, like I've never taken any drug other than alcohol in my life. I can't imagine there's a better high than that feeling of that last minute goal ever. It was just incredible. Like we were in a pub, the Villa fans were in the pub, and straight after us, the Spurs supporters club came in, and they had the UEFA Cup in there. And they went bloody nuts as well when we scored. It was just mental because Arsenal had conceded. But like, I really do feel for people who don't experience a high like that. I really don't.
It is. It's fantastic. And I can neither confirm nor deny that I specifically didn't hire somebody because they didn't play team sports. But I can neither confirm nor deny that has happened in the past. I do know of a guy who did run a business who would refuse to hire people who had never played team sports before. And I was like,
that's a regular thing. Yeah.
It's I don't care whether you play or not, like, because playing the game isn't for everybody, but I suppose the camaraderie that comes from it is, look, it's a life skill and it's great, and that's what we're here putting the earth for. 99 out of 100 people are, and even that one person that isn't, that's absolutely fine too. Hope they find it makes them happy. But Jesus, I genuinely don't know what I'd fill my days with if I didn't have sport. I genuinely don't know what I would do. Maybe I would fulfill any potential I had in any arena. Maybe that's what have happened. Maybe sport is the great thing that's keeping me down, but I'm bloody enjoying being down if that's the case. That's absolutely. But I think and look, as I say, there's no trophies given out, and it'd be very easy to clip this up, or that last monologue that I had, and clip it up and go, oh, it's Villa, they think they've won the league. Villa fans think they've won the league. It is important to say there is no medal handed out for last Saturday. The only medal that's handed out is just the pride of supporting a football club that don't get to win an awful lot, or don't get to have a 95th minute winner. And that's another thing as well. That's where I will always balk at and kind of cringe. I find it so cringe when fully grown men are talking about whether a club is a big club or not. It's so fucking cringy. It's as big as you want it to be. It's big to somebody, and it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It gets people. It keeps people coming back. It's a therapy for people. It's a congregation for people. It's a community of people. Whether it's back in West Didsbury United, who I saw have one of the best football chants going at the moment, or it's back in Real Madrid community. That's what sport is. And anyway, that's my solidified off. There's me giving out about Martin Keown being a life coach and a business coach and one of these pious holier than thou people. I've just done the exact same thing, except I'm not wearing a turtleneck. Mine's a zip up. So that's the difference.
Neil, look at this.
Oh no.
I'm not sure I could keep that up.
I have done stage acting.
For those who will be listening back to this, the comment is for the Love of Paul McGrath Christmas special. The guys do the whole podcast in an English accent, which is very hard.
Yeah, there could be an international incident there. Although I have done, I've done some stage acting, in plays and stuff like that, and I did have to do a full. Oh, it was close enough to a 3-hour play with an English accent. But I did find it tough not to have to stray back into the West Limerick accent every so often because it's difficult to stay in accent. But yeah, I know, Paddy, we were talking about a Christmas special, but I just don't know where I'm going to find the time between now and Christmas. We'll do something. We were the same last year, and then I messaged you one evening and you went, I'll be up tomorrow. And we just set it up in my sitting room, and we came up with a Christmas special. So
we'll get it sorted. We'll get
something done. We'll do it in a Basque accent. No, that could definitely be an international incident. Yeah.
I think it'd be more fun if we had an empty pub and just me and you drinking 2 pints of Guinness. I think that would be great crack.
I'll go down to Sean Glynn tomorrow and we'll see the same pub where Hector and Tommy Tiernan record some of their podcasts. Go down there. He's only just down the road. I often drive by there, and then like a Tuesday when they used to video during COVID, and two boys would be coming out, I'd say, with a skin full about 12 o'clock in the day after recording their podcast. So maybe we follow suit. I don't know. Maybe
so. We follow suit. I'll get the train up to you just in case.
Right, we're rambling here now, guys. But look, as I say, we've it's just high in elation, and look, we could be down. We could be 6 foot lower after Basel. If Basel had a 5-0 win in Switzerland during the week, but yeah, as I say, big days don't come around too often. That was a big day, a big win against a well-heralded team. And we've got a really good chance this weekend, as I say, take West Ham with their pinch of salt, as we should always do with every single team. But you beat West Ham, and with the teams around us playing the teams they're playing, it's that buffer zone that I keep talking about. Could you imagine having 8 points to 6th place and going in to play Chelsea and Man United? The absolute chef's kiss stuff. And that's all we can hope for. And you know what the best thing about it is? Under Unai, anything is possible.
Absolutely. Just what you said there about being too high and too low. We were walking out of the stadium in Feyenoord, and there was an Irish couple behind us. And the girl said, "That's the guy off the podcast." And the man said, "He gets awful down on the team, that fella. I can't listen to him." I hope he's listening today because I'm absolutely buzzing. And look, we're not for everybody. We have a great little community in here.
I'm for everybody. You're not. I am.
I'm not. No. Over 300 people here at 10:30 on a Monday night. Everybody's in great form. Everybody's buzzing. Everyone's going to have a great week till at least Thursday, and hopefully all will work out and we get a result on Thursday as well. But let's just enjoy what we have, drink it in, and enjoy every minute.
Absolutely, 100%. And with that, everybody, we're going to let you go and dream of that game at the weekend again, and more great wins to come. Get yourselves a good night's sleep, because Bill are wall to wall at the moment, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So we'll probably be back again tomorrow night. Maybe actually it'll probably be Wednesday night with the preview for Basel, and then Team Sheet Tantrum post-match podcast for Basel, then full steam ahead, and then straight into West Ham at the weekend as well. So please come join us for that. We'd be delighted to have you. Thanks so much, everybody, for your time, your patience, your effort, everything. And we will see you again very soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, and all that's left to say is up the Villa.
Up the Villa.